You know that's not 3-inch exhaust just by seeing it on camera, you know, on the underbody.
Basically, it's gonna be at an angle sort of like this.
You see them a lot on like a full shot of the exhaust for pretty much what it looks like now, and that's
perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the AutoLust YouTube channel. If you already an AutoLust family member, then what's swinging, gang? You already know what time it is. We back over here at Whoops Motorsports. Let me flip this camera around. It's a hot Florida day. I mean, it's 91 degrees outside right now, so it's very, very hot. But we back over here at Whoops Motorsports to get an update on the exhaust. You know, the exhaust is this close to being done and getting cranking the car up to get the first start up. And this car is crazy on the cold start, so I can't wait to hear what it sounds like with full 3.5-inch exhaust and that custom resonator box on there, man. I can't wait. So let's get right in there and see how far we've come so far.
A few moments later.
Guys, so we right inside Whoops Motorsports, and I've already seen what's going on, and it's literally blew my mind. I mean, Josh is a master welder Jedi. I mean, it's crazy how beautiful this exhaust looks. You know, I mean, I could try to explain to you what's going on and how he came up with, you know, the way he did it and stuff like that, but I don't know anything about exhaust like that except but to try to make it as free flow as possible. So I'm gonna let him tell you exactly what's going on while I show you on the camera. So let me pull it over to Josh now.
How's it going, guys? So we're getting through it, and we got the first side done over here. Basically, we had to do some pie cuts through here that we made ourselves in order to get it to shoot out straight. And then basically we're just going to be matching this side up. This is the hardest part whenever you're trying to mate a dual exhaust to a single spot. You always have this moving, and you got to get it stationary and get it in position. That way everything comes out straight, and then be able to connect your pieces through it. We fought it a little bit, but we got it done. It's not too bad.
It looks gorgeous.
But our biggest thing is just making sure this piece is centered and tucked up as high as possible.
And show them what you found out about how everything is staggered on the chassis back here.
So when you typically build an exhaust, usually everything is pretty standard and it's symmetrical throughout the bottom of the car. For whatever reason, BMW decided not to do that. So if you look here, we have this angle here, and then this one's all the way back here. So instead of being up here, you have to see it back here. So when you're building an exhaust, and I ran into it earlier, and I was like, why is the one side so much closer and this and that and the other thing? It's because, well, it's not symmetrical.
You got to work twice as hard to make things look symmetrical. What you definitely doing a good job, because as you can see, once this pipe is in there, it's gonna look perfect. And I mean, that's crazy. It's hard to. If you never seen what 3.5-inch exhaust looks like on the car, I mean, it looks huge, even not compared to anything. Like, just, you know, that's not 3-inch exhaust just by seeing it on camera, you know, and on the underbody. You know, it's crazy how big it is.
Yeah, it's always impressive when you start getting up to the bigger sizes and exhaust and stuff. Like, we've done a couple 4-inch stuff for some drag cars, but that's usually just dumps and stuff like that. To actually see a full 3.5-inch exhaust come together, it's pretty cool. This is our first time doing a full 3.5-inch exhaust. So,
and it's gorgeous. I mean, everything is welded perfectly. V-band clamps front, in on the mid before the resonator box, you know, for ease of, you know, what would you say, disassembly and assembly. Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And the entire exhaust will be wrapped in this, you know, titanium. Well, titanium, that's what they call it, heat wrap. I don't know if any real titanium is in it, because for us, we have no choice to keep this carbon fiber, 4-inch carbon fiber drive shaft, which I don't know if you guys can see it in there. I'll pop it up on the screen. keep that cool, because the exhaust will definitely heat that up, you know. Not just, even just having this heat shield here is not enough. You know, you want to keep that carbon fiber and what holds it together as cool as possible to get longevity out of that drive shaft. And that's a full shot of the exhaust for pretty much what it looks like now. And that's the 3.5-inch downpipes coming directly into the 3.5-inch exhaust, all the way to the rear section of the resonator box, which isn't finished yet. The resonator box will pretty much come all the way to about right there after it exits the resonator box, and it's gonna dump down. But that's pretty much a full, you know, full scale of how the exhaust looks. And versus 3-inch exhaust that came out of there, this is crazy. You know, this is absolute madness how big this exhaust is. I cannot wait to see how it looks. But I'm also gonna let Josh tell you the design we have for the exit for the exhaust, because this isn't the exit. It's not gonna look like that. It's not finished, but it's not going all the way to the rear, because it'll be like literally impossible to get 3.5-inch in this area right here. I don't think that's possible. And then get it up and around here, and then around this. It's just way too much to do, you know. And then the shorter exhaust, the better the exhaust, the quicker the turbo spool, less turbo lag. That's what we're building this for power, not, you know, for like car show, you know, theatrics. So Josh, what we gonna do to the end of the exhaust?
Yeah, so basically we're just gonna extend it off here, use our OEM hangers, and then we're gonna see how the exhaust hangs after that. I might end up doing a couple custom hangers, maybe off the trans, bracing and stuff like that, or off the chassis up front, if I don't like how it sits. But then we're gonna come out to about here, and then we're gonna do a cut dump right at the tires, and that'll be it.
And that cut dump is gonna be like at a what degree angle would you say that is?
I mean, we can show them. It'd probably be easier to show them. Basically, we're gonna take this piece 90, and it's kind of like, some call it, if you were to do like a teardrop. And normally I make them out of pie cuts, and then I cut the teardrop out of them. But basically, it's gonna be at an angle sort of like this.
You see them a lot on like Harley Davidsons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and give that kind of tapered look, so that the exhaust flows down and out at the same time.
Exactly, and that's gonna stop the exhaust from pretty much bouncing off the ground, resonating right back up into the chassis, and it'll stop everything from being like, you know, concentrated under the car. It'll get a chance to come from up under the car, because I guarantee you this thing is gonna spit flame, and you don't want flame hitting this, you know, getting on this like felt material here, because this is known to catch fire from BMW, especially like on, I'm glad this shield up here isn't that felt material like some of the smaller BMWs, but you know, you get an oil leak, it gets covered in, you know, oil, and then, you know, something hot touches it and boom, the whole car is on fire. And BMW isn't the only one that uses this felt stuff. Almost every car uses it nowadays. So I mean, it saves on weight, saves on material cost, but it's a lot more dangerous. All right, so as you can see, the exhaust is this, we right there. And I mean, win or lose, this is the first time a BMW hot V twin turbo V8 has ever had 3.5-inch exhaust, have ever had a 24 by 8-inch resonator box. This is the first time for all of this, so we can't even fathom how it's gonna sound, or if it's gonna sound good or gonna sound bad. I mean, my main build motto is you know, function over form, so I don't care how it sounds as long as it flows and turbo lag is, you know, non-existent. You know, that's what I needed to do, that's what I wanted to do. So this car is being built to win races. I'm sure it's gonna sound good, I mean, of course, but how it's gonna sound, the pitch, the tone, the decibel, who knows? It's anybody guess, anybody game, you know. But I'm doing it to bring the pain. You can believe that. When Sasha hits the racetrack, you know, everybody's gonna fall but to her knees. I mean, and that's the whole reason why I'm doing this. So I mean, we're almost there. We this close. I can't wait. Next video should definitely be the startup, and get ready to be wild. You know, it's gonna be extremely overwhelming, or underwhelming. I mean, everybody has their own taste, but we're gonna find out. As long as the car runs fast, that's all I care about. Like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.